So Jamaica and the track and field world has just been hit with terrible news, not the kind of news that we would want to hear at this point in time. But Elaine Thompson Herah, the double Olympic champion, the defending champion over the 100 and 200 meters, will not be on the train to Paris, France this year for the 2024 Olympics. Terrible news for the Jamaican fans and of course the track and field fans right across the globe. Now, most of us would have known that Elaine has been suffering from injuries, especially most recently. But we were always still a bit hopeful that she would bounce back and that she would be healthy enough. We were always concerned, what is it that she would have been able to do at the national trials? But now to hear that she's totally out of the Olympic Games, it's really devastating and shocking news for fans right across the world. So Elaine just shared the breaking news on her Twitter account, and I'm going to read the post that she made and then we go further into this discussion. So let's get into it. Here's what she said, and I quote, "It's never fun sharing news like this. But at the New York Grand Prix, I felt something in the race and still insist to push. Couple steps to the line, I realized something is really wrong. I sat on the ground because I couldn't apply any pressure to the leg whatsoever as I was carried off the track. I went quickly to get some medical checkup and to find out that I have a small tear on my Achilles tendon. Funny enough, I got back home with a strong mindset to keep pushing and prepare for my national trials, another shot of my third Olympics, but the leg would not allow me to. It's a long road, but I'm willing to start over and keep working and to make full recovery and to resume my track career. I am hurt and devastated to be missing the Olympic this year, but at the end of the day, it's sports and my health comes first. Not the birthday gift I was hoping for, but God, whatever you have in store for me, I will wait and I will still continue to work towards my goal that I haven't achieved yet. I will be definitely watching, hopefully, from the stands and cheer my country Jamaica on. I will be back." That's it. That's the post that Elaine just shared on her social media account. And I know that this is really heartbreaking, not just for fans, but of course for Elaine Thompson herself. Now, Elaine was on this path to put her third Olympic 100-meter title in the bag. And here comes the breaking news. She's not in the best of shape. Health-wise, she's down and out. And she will definitely have to watch the games from the stands. Certainly not the kind of news that we'd want to hear in the track and field circle right now. Elaine missing from the numbers is definitely going to leave a huge void in the track and field space this year. Now, last year she did not qualify for the World Championships, and we saw how that was. And to not even be able to try to qualify for the Olympic Games is even rather worse. But of course, her health comes first, and we still continue to support her in spite of everything that she's going through right now. But this is an extremely difficult time for the Olympic champion and Jamaica, of course. Now, apart from the medals that Jamaica will miss out on if a fit Elaine is not there, you can just imagine the mental frustration and the pressure that is currently on Elaine Thompson here. Right now, it's just unimaginable. Now, with all that being said, let's look at the bigger picture. Elaine Thompson Herah is currently 31 years old. Next year, around this time, she will be 32 years old. Now, even though in the post that Elaine made, she was speaking about coming back to the sport and maybe achieving some things that she has not yet achieved. When you look on what is before you, you have to ask yourself the question, can Elaine Thompson Herah bounce back from this kind of situation at her age? Can she come back to make an impact after this injury is gone? These are the questions that we think about when we see this situation. The next Olympics, Elaine will be approximately 35 years old. Based on what is before us, when we think about Elaine Thompson Herah, we're seeing an athlete that is super prone to getting injured And not just that, but we think about the Achilles injury that she has, that is a recurrent thing that is not going away. It's an injury that needs to be managed properly. And we see that's the problem where Elaine Thompson Herah is concerned. In my opinion, her injuries are not being properly monitored at this point in time. And we cannot fully lay the blame on her new coach, because it's his first time working with Elaine Thompson. He would have been very, very new to Elaine's injury problems and concerns. Except Elaine injuries can be managed properly, it is really, really hard to think that she'll be able to bounce back from this. But of course, we know that Jamaicans are fighters and they are determined to go out there and win. So I'm not saying that she cannot bounce back, but it's going to be very, very hard, knowing that the older you get, it's the more you're likely to get injured and more injured, and your body is just going to be worn down more and more, and it's only a matter of time before you'll have to call it a day. That is what Elaine Thompson Herah is currently faced with right now. No Olympics for Elaine Thompson Herah, which means that Jamaica will be going into the Olympic Games with a weakened 4x100 meter team. Not just that, but Jamaica's medal count is not looking so good right now, because the news keep on coming. More and more athletes out of Jamaica are reporting injured this year, and there are lots of doubts surrounding whether or not they will be making it to the trials, whether or not they will be able to qualify from the trials, and if they do qualify, whether or not they will be able to perform well at the Olympic Games. Sad year for Jamaica. But it is what it is. Elaine Thompson Herah is out of the Paris 2024 Olympics. It's sad news, but this also creates the opportunity for somebody else in Jamaica to step up to the plate. Who can tell if one of these youngsters is not just going to step up to the plate and just to do something spectacular, something that we're not seeing right now, and just to announce themselves to the world, go to the trials and make it big at the trials, and then go to the Olympic Games and make it big at the Olympic Games. There's a possibility of that. That's the only positive thing that we can look at right now where this situation is concerned. It's really sad and depressing, but we are just trying to see what we can look on for the positive side. But Jamaica is still not down and out. We are fighters, and I believe that we'll be coming back, whether it's next year or whenever it is. I think that we'll be coming back stronger. Currently, I see Jamaica in the rebuilding phase, where we are making more athletes to replace Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, to replace Elaine Thompson Herah, to replace Shericka Jackson, because the truth is, these athletes all will soon be walking away from the table. So we have to have some persons in the making right now that we just roll them out as soon as the space opens up. And of course, we have a lot of youngsters who are vying for a spot at the table. They want their name to be mentioned in this conversation, and they are working hard for it. So let's see if Elaine's absence from this year's Olympics opens the door for somebody that we were not looking at. Let's see if that's what it's going to be. But we just want to say to Elaine, be strong. It's a part of the journey and it's not the end of the world.